On August 5th, 2005, Phyllis's daughter Katie went missing, and after a 24-hour manhunt, she was found brutally murdered. The cause of death was strangulation. A man confessed to this crime and is currently serving a life sentence without possibility of parole. But Phyllis's older daughter Desiree believes that her mother was involved in the death of her sister. In fact, she believes Phyllis sold her sister to that man for drugs. Take a look.
Desiree believes that my mom had something to do with Katie's murder. She also thinks that my mom sold my sister for drugs. I miss my sister a lot. She would always take up for me no matter what. I mean, Desiree is just a blooming idiot.
Darren and Katie used to go to the store every day together. And this day my mom was like, Darren, you can't go, which made no sense because every day they go together.
I was playing outside in the yard and I saw the neighbor force her to get in the car with him. I immediately ran in the house and told my mom.
My mom said that she took off running after the truck. This was the first story when she didn't know him and all that. She took off running after the truck and this and that, but none of that happened. She waited 45 minutes to call the cops after my sister was taken. What mom do you know waits 45 minutes to call the cops? Because I know I wouldn't. At the time, my mom was an addict. She did drugs my entire life. She probably did the drugs with him. That would explain why my little brother said that they was hanging out. He basically said that, you know, that they hang out and they drank together, did drugs together.
There was a manhunt and all I remember is everybody was looking for her.
When they found Katie, we got the phone call and my mom went and identified her. They said half of her face was like gone because I guess she'd been in the water for so long, like stuff was eating at her. They found the guy after like so long. He ended up confessing and now he's doing life without the possibility of parole. I mean, I feel like she's guilty of something. She should have gotten in trouble for something. And I feel like after he confessed, they just threw it all away.
I know my mom was innocent and she didn't have anything to do with it. And Desiree just doesn't understand or accept the fact why.
My brother will stand by my mom no matter what. He listens to everything she says. It's always been like that. She does no wrong in his eyes.
Her and my mom just don't get along at all. I feel like my sister wants my mom to fail the lie detector test.
If my mom fails the lie detector test, honestly, it's going to be devastating, but it shouldn't be anything that I wasn't expecting because I don't feel like there's any other explanation for the 45-minute wait. Like, there's no getting around that.
I hope that this shuts my sister up and everybody else up about it. My mom didn't do it.
Phyllis, why don't you tell us what happened the day your daughter went missing?
I did not murder my daughter. I didn't tell her that she could get in the car with this man. I didn't sell her for drugs. I didn't give this man to have any contact with my daughter at all. August the 5th, 2005, she come home from swimming, her and Darren, and she asked me if she could go to the store. It was an everyday routine. I said yes. The grocery store was a block and a half from our house. Darren was outside playing in the yard, and approximately 5 minutes after she had left, Darren come back in and he's like, Mom, sister got in the car with that man. I said, what man, Darren? He said, the man that lives in the back house. Why I hesitated 45 minutes to go to the grocery store, I do not know.
There has to be some reason, because most parents, when they would hear that, they would go in immediate panic mode.
I do. Only God knows why.
Were you an addict at the time that your daughter went missing?
Yes, I was.
Were you high at the time when your son told you that she went missing?
Yes, I was.
What were you high on?
Methamphetamine.
Yeah. What made you finally call the police?
Well, I called the grocery store first. I had her page. She did not enter the page. So I walked to the grocery store, looked at the surveillance cameras. Katie never made it to the grocery store.
Right, but why are you even calling the grocery store when your son says, hey, she was in the car with this guy?
I do not know. Only God knows the answer to that question.
Well, I think you would have to know the answer to that. So after the police lock this guy up, they did a manhunt for your daughter,
yes.
Right? How was she found? When was she found?
24 hours from the time that she went missing on August the 5th, 5 o'clock in the evening, August the 6th, 5 o'clock in the evening. On the 6th, that was a Saturday, I was standing in the motel in the doorway and I seen Highway Patrol, Sheriff, Highway Patrol, Sheriff, Coroner, ambulance, all go by the motel. And I look and turn to my family, which we were all in the motel together, and I'm like, they must have found her. And then the detective that was working the case come and talked to me, and they said that they had found her little body face down in a pond, lifeless, with her feet tied to a tree.
How was she murdered?
She was, in the beginning, when he took her to the golf course, he hit her in the head with a belt buckle and knocked her unconscious the first hit. And then he tied her feet to the bumper of his car with the same little rope that he tied her feet to the tree, and drug her down the road. And then a quarter of a mile down the road, they found her face down in the pond with her feet tied to a tree.
And after they found her, you were a suspect, right?
Yes, sir, I was questioned until he confessed to the murder 10 hours into the investigation.
Did your son tell you that he saw your daughter forced into the car?
No, he
He
didn't.
just said he saw.
He just said he saw her get into the car with this man.
Do you feel that if you didn't wait, that if you would have contacted the police right away, that maybe she'd still be alive?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, let's meet your daughter, Desiree.
Those 45 minutes you waited and didn't call, that's what killed her, Mom.
I know this is right. I'm sorry. I cannot change the fact.
Why? Why did you wait?
I don't know. I'm very sorry, and I love you with all my heart, Desiree. If I could change things, if I could go back 12 years ago, I would go back and
If you
change
wouldn't
it.
have been high, it wouldn't have happened.
I'm sorry, Desiree. Yes, I'm an addict and I was a horrible mother. I'm sorry.
Well, and she even admits that on some level she was worried because she was doing drugs with this guy.
But she lied from the beginning. Like, she told the cops she didn't know the guy when it started. And then after everything was done and said, my little brother said that she did know him, so it changed everything.
Is that true?
Yes.
I was happy you as a daughter, and she was here to take a lie detector test to try to repair the relationship. So Phyllis came here, and she did take a lie detector test. And we asked her, the subject, your mother, Phyllis, confessed to socializing with Bill, who was the killer,
Yes.
as well as using meth and marijuana with Bill on numerous occasions. So you told me a couple times you obviously were with him numerous times.
Yeah.
Okay. We asked you, did you participate in any way in the disappearance of Katie? You answered no. Did you ever give Katie or Bill permission to be together? You answered no. Did you sell or trade Katie to Bill for any reason? You answered no, and the results for your lie detector test come back all the same, and they come back that Phyllis told the truth.
I love you, Desiree.
Someday you might get to a place where you forgive your mother, maybe you don't. Maybe go to your grave saying, no, I can never accept that, but that's for you to decide. I do wish you the best of luck of staying off drugs for the rest of your life, maybe doing something with your life, and like I said, I hope that you'll be a great mother and continue on.
I love you, sister, and I'm so sorry for everything that's ever happened. Can we mend it, please, and have a great relationship from here on out, baby, please? Mama needs this, and I love you so much. Now everybody back home can shut their mouths and quit talking all that trash that I had nothing to do with it, because I did not. You guys hear me? And I love y'all very, very much. Y'all are my life.